do you think this peace process will make beneficiary to Russia to get acknowledgement from the world leaders, including America and NATO leaders, that what he has acquired from the land of Ukraine will be finally received by Russia and given by, sacrificed by Ukraine? Is this possible? Because this is the main demand of Vladimir Putin.
Well, the clear underdog in this situation remains for Ukraine. They are the underdog in this situation, and what I understand is the war has escalated for 3.5 years. It would be far better for Ukraine to focus back on what they can do for their own country, not just taking support from the European nations in reconstruction of Ukraine, but where do the diplomatic table talk and where it lies? How can Ukraine and Russia come at similarities and ignore the differences? Of course, the eastern Ukraine flank, the occupied territories, I would call them occupied by Russia at this moment. The international community says that this is, of course, illegal in meaning, in matter. And if certain nation like America sees that it's all right for Vladimir Putin's Russia to claim these lands as his own, will set a new bar for international geopolitics, in my opinion.
Ishaq spoke about a forward-looking relationship. How realistic is that goal, considering unresolved tensions from the year 1971, what took place?
Very important question, a gruesome event in the inception of a nation known as Bangladesh as we are today. One can only remember the past for the betterment of the future. In my understanding, the past is a powerful reminder of what are the things we should never accept once more. Given that we are living in the 21st century, 53 to 54 years have passed on, I want to know and understand what kind of relationship we will have. The political parties, as I know, yesterday they have visited the High Commission of Pakistan in Dhaka on end of Gulshan Avenue, and various leaders are coming in, trying to understand what are the benefits of this bilateral friendship that we have historically speaking here. But of course, as I said even earlier on the show, aviation between the two countries, trade, economic ties, understanding the close tariff issue that we both are at a ranging tariff from the US. We're both the same tariff almost, if not, while our neighbor on both ends, India, is going with a 50% tariff from the US. That's another issue, but that's how the entire Western world sees us as a bloc, as the subcontinent. But from what I understand, that this meeting or this visit by Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar is definitely of significance, given that we were talking about a tri-nation axis between China, Pakistan and Bangladesh earlier on various shows. Of course, we would try to understand now where that kind of axis stands at.
Should we really sing the old song, or should we really look for the forward-looking relationships for the betterment of these two similar nations?
Half a century has passed. That's the question. That's the statement. And that's the duration of how long it has been. We won't ever forget in thousands of years to come of what they have done. One we can never forget, but we must. Armenia as well. There are we must never forget. That's the bottom line here. But we should, of course, work for mutual growth, mutual understanding and mutual respect. Whether or not that can be attained, I'm sure it can be attained. Given unless we are now galvanized by territory, we look at our common neighbor between the two countries, India. Of course, we had the Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi going on a delegation in mid-August. He had visited Mr. Jaishankar in India, and afterwards he had visited Pakistan. The timeline of such a travel for the Chinese Foreign Minister does raise a question. China and India are trying to fix their ties. We know that they have had tensions, border clashes, but due to Donald Trump's raising tariff on India, India is trying to look forward to a regional stability and regional growth. Once again, we know we've had debates for India losing all of its neighboring countries, or India's losing popularity amongst its neighbors, and these are one of the issues. But I want to bring out what has taken social media by storm yesterday.
Yes.
We see Mr. Joseph Vijay Chandrasekhar, who is a popular actor from southern India. In his meeting or in his rally yesterday, he was addressing the crowd, of course, and he does come from a political party, the TVK, and he had announced that he sees Narendra Modi's government as for targeting Muslims and Tamil identity, and of course labeling BJP government, Bharatiya Janata Party, as fascist and declares a political war. So this is a breakout happening in India, which Pakistan, Bangladesh, China and everyone else in our small community should take notice.